Hi, it's Keisha, and today I'm going to be giving a few tips on how I get my natural hair straight. A lot of you guys have probably came to this video from watching my old video straightening my afro hair fail, and in that video I was attempting to straighten my hair and it was a total fail. Like, it basically looked like blow dried hair, but I wanted it to look straight. I'm gonna kind of go in order of the process of the way that you would like style your hair, if that makes sense. The first tip that I would have is to clarify your hair. So it's really important just for overall scalp and hair health to cleanse properly. So if you have not used a clarifying shampoo in a while, you just use hydrating shampoos or you only co-wash, then you're probably gonna want to clarify. Yes. So what I like to do is I'll use a clarifying shampoo, and then right afterwards I'll use a moisturizing shampoo, which is like my weekly shampoo that I use. So if my hair gets really stripped from the clarifying shampoo, the moisturizing shampoo, it doesn't like really moisturize my hair, but it makes it a little more manageable than it would be if I just went straight from clarifying. So make sure you remove all that product buildup and your hair has a clean slate to work on. And that's important so that once you get to your conditioning step, your conditioners are able to actually penetrate the hair shaft and not just sitting on top of old products. Also so that when you straighten your hair, you're not just frying old product buildup from months ago that's just been sitting on your hair. Then I deep condition, and deep conditioning is really important because you want to make sure that your hair has a good moisture balance, especially after using a clarifying shampoo. You want to give your hair a really good deep condition, so all of the moisture that was lost during the shampooing process will be replenished once you deep condition, and even a little bit more than what you lost. So deep conditioning is really important. Also, if you have any breakage or anything like that, if you're using a protein based deep conditioner, that's going to help to really rebuild the hair strand. When you're straightening your hair, the heat is breaking the hydrogen bonds in your hair shaft, so having a good protein conditioner or a good protein moisture mixed base conditioner is good because it helps to build that hair strand up, and so your hair strand is prepared to receive the heat that it's about to receive. So after deep conditioning, I rinse it out. I know a lot of people, when they rinse out their conditioners, they like to leave a little bit in, and when you're going to straighten your hair, you do not want to do that because leaving conditioner in your hair like that will make your hair weigh down and your hair will just look very sticky and oily and stiff. So after the shampooing and conditioning products, when it comes to the leave-in products, you want to be very light-handed so that your hair has body and is able to move and is soft. Because if you have too much product just left sitting in your hair is going to be just kind of like stick straight and just like on freeze mode. So all of your leave-in products, you want to make sure they are very light. So after I rinse out my deep conditioner, again, a full rinse, I recommend, if you want to use a leave-in conditioner, then to use a spray leave-in because it's more lightweight than a creamy based leave-in conditioner would be. So if you want to use a creamy base, I would say use a very small amount and only focus it mostly on the ends of your hair. But all in all, I would just say to avoid that and use a spray leave-in conditioner because again, it is putting moisture back into your hair, but it's not as heavy as a creamy based leave-in conditioner would be. You do want to leave some moisture in your hair, which is why I recommend the spray leave-in conditioner so that your hair is soft and it's easier to work with, and it also give your hair a little bit of protection from blow drying. After the spray leave-in, I do use a blow drying cream, but it's a very lightweight cream. It's not, you know, a lot of naturals like to use really thick butters and things like that. It's very lightweight, almost kind of liquidy, like it's very lightweight, and that's just to protect my hair from the heat of the blow dryer. When it comes to straightening your hair, it's way different. as a natural, like when you're doing twist outs and braid outs, you use a lot of products because you really want that moisture to stick into your hair, and you want your twist to be all juicy and plump. But when it comes to straightening, it's almost like the total opposite. You don't want all that products in your hair because it's just gonna make your hair look lifeless and just oily. It's just not cute. So it's almost the opposite. You don't want to use a lot of product at all. So with the blow drying cream, I just use a small amount, and it's also a very, very lightweight cream. And I don't apply it the same way I would if I was styling my hair like in a braid out or something. So just a small amount, a very small amount. Only use what's needed. And also, I know a lot of naturals they're scared to like turn the heat up on the straightener. You need to come to a couple of realizations. First of all, if you're gonna straighten your hair, accept the fact that you may incur heat damage. Now, it may not happen, but just be prepared and ready. So if something happens, you're not all heartbroken. And if you need to bump the heat up, it's okay. So just accept the fact that if you're gonna straighten your hair, you may possibly encounter some heat damage. You're gonna have to turn up the heat. Like, I know naturals are afraid of heat, but if you want to straighten your hair, just know that you're using heat. Like, you have to use heat. Like, you can't put your straightener on like 110 and expect your hair to get straight. It's just not gonna happen. So please be mindful of that. When I blow dry, I do use high heat and hot air. I think that's how it goes. High speed and hot air, whatever. I use the highest settings because it just gets it done and get it over with. And then of course afterwards I use the cool shot to help seal the cuticles back down. And it's important to blow dry your hair because it makes it easier to straighten your hair, and it partially stretches out the strands, so it's a lot easier for your hair to get straight. Another big tip is to do it in sections. Like, I do everything in sections. So when I blow dry, I do my hair in sections, and when I straighten my hair, I also use sections. And that's just because with natural hair, it can get really overwhelming, and it can just kind of seem like a lot to tackle all at once. So sectioning really helps you keep your pace, and it helps you to remain patient and calm. And it also helps with like when you're doing things like blow drying, when you have to like actually comb through or brush through the hair. Like, brushing through a lot of natural hair at once can be like really painful, honestly. So one of the biggest things that helped me with straightening is using the chase method. And I tried using the chase method a couple of different ways. What I found worked really well for me was a round brush, and that's because the round brush that I use has a lot more bristles on it, so it's able to catch a lot more of my hair strands. And the fact that the bristles wrap all the way around the brush, it keeps the hair pulled like really, really taut, so that as I'm passing the straightener, it's going like over each part of the hair strand, so all of the hair is getting straightened, kind of at like an even across the board type thing, if that makes sense. Probably not, but anyways, so the round brush really helps with the chase method, in my opinion. Some people use rat tail combs. They just it just didn't work for me. So if you've tried the chase method and the rat tail comb didn't work for you, I recommend trying a round brush because they really worked really, really well for me. Like I said, I feel like it just catches more hair strands, so it's able to straighten through like the hair shaft a lot more evenly and successfully. Also, when I'm straightening my hair, I got this tip from my mom, is to make slower passes over your hair when you're straightening. Because we have thicker hair, you want to kind of give the heat time to like infuse your strand and actually go in and straighten it. So whenever I pass, I only make like one pass over my flat, like I only make one pass with my flat iron, and that's because it's like one long pass. It seems like I'm on like that one piece for a long time, but I only have to go over it one time. And I do use my heat setting now on 375, which is not that bad, but I also have a professional flat iron. And I'm not gonna say go out and spend all your money on a professional flat iron, because now that I've kind of learned how to work with my hair and I learned what works for me and what doesn't work for me, I'm able to get the same results even switching up different things in my routine. Like, I don't even blow dry anymore. I can just let my hair air dry, and still go ahead and go straight to straightening my hair. Or I'll use a Remington flat iron, which is like $20 from Walmart, and still get the same results. So once you kind of figure out what works for your hair and like what products work best for you, you can kind of tweak certain things to fit you, of course. So yeah, but definitely make slower passes over your hair with the flat iron, so that the heat has time to kind of like break down the curl pattern that's in your hair. So like literally when I pass over my hair, like this is like real time motion of how I straighten my hair. I'll go in and I go just like this. And this is like real time me straightening my hair. But again, I only have to go over it once. And I do have a two, like it's no, it's a 1 1/2 inch flat iron, so it's almost 2 inches. So I'm able to get like a decent amount. As you see, I'm still, and I go all the way, and especially at the ends, like you want to make sure that you like pass really slowly over the ends, to keep those straight. Because with a lot of naturals, they don't like getting their hair trimmed, or they do like a lot of curly styles. So having their ends trimmed evenly is not really a big concern. So making sure that you kind of spin, go slowly over your ends will help to make sure that the heat gets through them and they get like really flat. And trims also help with it, which I noticed. Like, I don't know when was the last time. I don't know if I had trimmed my hair in the video or not, but once I went natural, it's like I completely forgot about trims, and I hadn't trimmed my hair in like probably a year or two. So I had like crazy split ends. So if your ends are really split, which a lot of naturals do, because you don't wear your hair straight anymore, so it's almost like no need to have neat ends, because yeah, you just don't wear your hair straight anymore. So having neat even ends doesn't really bother you. And I also had started where I would like trim my hair and twist, so my ends were okay, but they weren't even. So when I wear my hair straight, it just didn't look good. But anyways, if you have split ends or really damaged ends, when you straighten your hair, your ends will probably like just stick out like this instead of laying flat. Your ends might just be out there screaming for moisture or screaming for help, and so it just makes the ends of your hair look really frayed, and your hair is sticking out, so it's not as straight as it could be. So that will kind of mess up your style. So make sure that you keep your ends neat and regularly trimmed. Will help with you getting the straight look that you want on your hair. Last tip that I would have is to practice, and to have patience, because it took me like straightening my hair quite a few times before I actually got the hang of it and was able to successfully get my hair the way I wanted it to be. So you might have to do it a few times before it actually turns out the way you want it, and just have patience, because it's not going to always turn out the way you want it when you want it to. So that's it. Just practice and have patience. And what else should I say? I don't know what else to say. But that's pretty much all the tips that I have, and I do have a straightening tutorial up on how exactly I straighten my hair and what products I use. So if you're interested in seeing that video, you can click right here. I'll have that linked. And yeah, I'll see you all in my next video. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye.